News Nation Now weekend anchor Anna Koyman joining us. Anna, you've been looking into how these tariffs will impact price and also availability.
Yeah, you got it, Marnie. Good morning to everybody at home. The complete scope of all this, of the impact of these new U.S. tariffs on imported drugs from China and Canada and Mexico is going to take some time to completely take shape. But according to a new survey done by Black Book Market Research, about 70% of experts are forecasting drug costs will rise at least 10%. Now, News Nation speaking with one expert who says price and future drug availability is difficult to predict because we're waiting to see how long all this is going to actually go on, and also how hard the other nations are going to be retaliating.
A lot of the common drugs that Americans take, your cholesterol lowering drugs, your blood thinners, your antibiotics, a lot of these drugs, a lot of their active pharmaceutical ingredients are made in China. They're made in Canada. You are going to see potentially price issues in terms of price increases and maybe potentially shortages of those generic drugs in the U.S.
So about 90% of the drugs that we as Americans consume are generic, and those types of drugs could be most impacted by these new U.S. tariffs. So why generic brands, you ask? Well, it's estimated that about 50% of generic medication that Americans take are partially manufactured overseas. That includes common drugs like Z-Pak as an antibiotic, anticoagulants such as Coumadin, and atorvastatin used to lower high cholesterol, also some cancer drugs as well. But Marty, the expert we spoke with says that not to panic. You shouldn't go out and stockpile your own meds because that can, you may end up reaching expiration dates and spending money that you don't need to on the drugs that would end up going bad. He says that there's about 12 to 18 months of a stockpile already here in the United States. So it's not like next week you aren't going to be able to get your drugs.
Yeah, so don't panic now. All right, Anna, thank you. Yeah. You can watch Anna hosting